So Mocha is a rich brown color. Mocha Mousse makeup, which is the look for this year. Mocha Mousse is the color of the year. You want products that reflect the shade similar to the rich brown color. I've prepped my skin with the Neutrogena, the Melau 4-in-1, and also for the eyes, because I've just returned from my eyes from work. My eyes look a bit tired. Elf poreless putty, just to reduce the pores in the center of my face. I did do my eyebrows in the morning when I went to work, so I don't really need to fill that in that much. Maybe a little, just a few gaps here and there. This is a very matte, muted look. I'm not going to be applying any shimmer on the eyeshadow or on my face. Very, very chocolatey look, which looks very, very classy. It looks quite classy. This is a very classy look. You can wear every day as well. And I'm a girl who likes a lot of matte makeup. Matte is my thing. I am only recently warming up to shimmery makeup, mainly because I am conscious of my large lips, so I try to avoid anything that makes my lips look larger, and I also try to avoid anything that makes my oily skin look more oilier than it actually is. So I try to avoid that. This is a very beautiful, elegant look that is very much in my alley. So for the foundation, I am going to be using two. One is a lighter shade than mine and one is a bit darker shade than mine. So this is a new technique I've learned from one of the Russian makeup artists. Unlike the Latina look, this is a very natural look. So you don't want to apply a lot of foundation. And I am going to try and skip concealer except for under my eyes. So just the Bioma to lighten that foundation so the skin peeks through. Coating my brush with that. And then just on the periphery, we're going to apply the darker shade. It's no longer that darker because now I've just brightened it with the Bioma, and it's a much lighter color. So I don't want to layer it. So I'm just applying the darker shade in the outer peripheries of my face and then just blending it in. So I was talking about contouring. These days, especially in summer, I want makeup that kind of is mattified and it does not bring a lot of oil on my face. My skin is actually quite good, touch wood, these days. So I'm pretty reluctant to cover it up with makeup. I only do it if I need to, if there is a special occasion. So I've just applied that. Now I'm going to take my Chanel. This is the Ultra Le Tient, and you can see how little of product I'm using. So the reason why we take a foundation instead of a concealer is concealer is of much thicker consistency than a foundation, and I don't like that cakiness it gives me. I do like my skin to come through, so I'm using this Bioma and then blending it. I will use the same brush and then just the inner part, except under the eyes, I will apply this lighter shade. So you can see it creates the brightening of the middle part of my face and keep the rest of the face in a kind of shadowed up, dark look that makes the look very, very chiseled, which is what the aim of this look is. So I'm going to blend this with a wet sponge now. So I've just wet my sponge and I'm just going to press that in. The key is to try and show your skin come through. So it's a very natural kind of a look. the only places strategically I will place some concealer is under my eyes, around my nose, and the corner of my mouth. I am not going to apply any more concealer than that. Then we are going to take the Rare Beauty Serene contour in the shade Serene, just that much. And I'm going to take a sharp pencil edged. Can you see? That's where my cheekbone is. So I'm just underneath that. I'm going to create a shadow. There is already a natural shadow since I have lost weight. And this is a gift from my lineage. This is one of the things that Malayali women have, very, very sharp features, and that helps us keep our skin not age as much. I remember my grandmother had, up to her last days, she had sharp chiseled features. The only thing that went inside was the cheeks. She did lose some volume, but she was petite and she looked beautiful. So it was not something that was approved around that time in Kerala. Like, everyone liked that chubby round faced girl, whereas she was like ahead of her times. She looked like a model. Like, I used to stare at her. I remember, this is my dad's mum I'm talking about. She was stunning. Nothing that was appreciated at that time because people didn't know much better. It was the chubby, round, big women that stood out. Things have changed. People have got better idea of, and then again, there is no standards for beauty. I was just looking at pictures from Iran. I think there was a time in few centuries ago when women with mustache was considered beautiful and stunning. So, beauty standards, who sets them? We are now guided by the Western world as to what our beauty standards should be, but different ethnicities, different cultures have different ideas about beauty. So nothing wrong in it. It's just, I guess, something that was appreciated. You were well nourished. If you were from a rich and wealthy family, you didn't look skinny, I guess, in India at that time. My grandmother was a very hardworking woman. She helped her husband build a house, even though she was a housewife. Very, very hardworking, very saving. Like, she was amazing. She's one of those people, I still think I did get a lot of her qualities. She was resilient, I'm very, very proud of who she was. And look at that contour, beautiful. And she was very proud. She wouldn't ask for help till the last day. She passed away with leukemia, and till the last day, she never sought help from her kids. She didn't want anybody to know that she had leukemia. 3 days before she passed away, we took her to hospital. So I remember that I brought her home because she wouldn't listen to me. And she was like, I'm fine, I'm going to be okay. And I didn't think she was going to be okay. She had lost weight and she was looking terrible. And then I called my dad and I remember I was in tears and he asked me to bring her in. So at that time, my father wasn't doing well in his business. He was depressed himself, looking back. He was going through depression because his business wasn't doing well. So, like, when you look at it, it all sounds like a movie to me now. But it was hard times, I must tell you. They were difficult times. And one of the reasons that made me very resilient is finding that footing despite all the adversities in life. And I'm very proud of it. And I'm very, very proud of who I am today, despite the adversities trying to create obstacles in my life. I overcame all of that to reach where I am today. And I'm very grateful that I found the strength to do that. So this is the Mocha Mousse Espresso eyeshadow stick I'm using all over the eyelid. Just roughly, because we are going to blend this out. And I'm going to take my Australis eyeshadow palette. You can see how much I've used because the lid has just fallen apart. And then I'm going to press that in first. This is a dark brown color, so that this doesn't move from where it has been applied. And then blend the outer edges of the eyeshadow. One of the things that children who grew up in adversities have as positive is they're very resilient. You put them anywhere, they would survive. And I think, and I'm grateful that I did not have an easy childhood. I would not have been where I am today had my childhood been easy. And that is one of the things I worry about. I think my daughter is going to be okay. She's got the natural resilience of a woman. But my son, he has had life very smooth, and I hope it is for the rest of his life. But adversities, he hasn't seen any at all. I hope he never has to, but if he does, then I am not sure where he's going to derive the strength. Sometimes people just have it in them naturally, you know, over generations, the difficulties that his grandparents, his previous generations have faced, this codes it into your genes and you just have it in you. Now, I am going to apply my fake lashes. So this is a difficult task for me. So this is lash volume and you have to press it. I'm going to apply the left one first. So just in the outer corner and press it in. Tarte Cosmetics concealer. So I'm going to apply it directly because I want to show you guys where I'm going to place it. Usually I would put it on my hand and not apply it directly onto my face, but this is for the tutorial purposes. In the center corner of my mouth, we're not going there, just a small line because I don't want too much of concealer, just underneath there to brighten. And that is all. Ah, yes, and the side of my nose, I like to brighten that as well. That's it, and then we are going to blend that in. The first one I'm going to blend is just underneath this. It is a bit darker here, so I've got to darken the wing there. Yeah. And then blend this in. I'm going to use my NYX blending brush. This is a beautiful brush. It just places the product without moving it. You just have to make sure you don't go into the eye makeup at all when you do this. Do use your hand if you have to. Again, same with the eyebrows. I might have to apply a little bit underneath there, but otherwise it's looking good. This is a beautiful concealer if you don't have dark circles and you just want a little bit of brightening, which is what I look for in my concealers. I'm not looking for anything to hide. I'm looking for just brightening the center of my face. I'm not looking to and lift. No, nothing to be hidden here. And in any case, makeup is supposed to be showing your skin. This here, it's all about that. It's not about hiding at all. And because we are going to create a very matte look, I'm not going to apply any highlighter. I might just go for a matte bronzer. This is from NYX Cosmetics, and I'm just going to take my brush. This is very, very pigmented. Just take the excess off, and then just on the top bit of my, so then set it all in with a setting spray. I'm going to use actually the NYX matte one because we're creating a matte look. Let it dry, and then we are going to do the lip. For the lip, I'm going to use the Nika Rose liquid lipstick. This is not actually rose. I'm going to use my Essence. Lip liner. This is Chestnut Perfection. I'm going to have to find this out because I have to drop my son to tuition. Because this is a matte look, I'm not going to apply any gloss. So the blush I applied was the Cocoloco from Huda Beauty, and if you want to, you can powder your face. I'd use this Shea Blend powder, take the excess off, and just where I conceal is all I would powder. I don't want too much of powder. Just where you can crease with loose powder. Baked powder is better for setting, but with this works for me. And because my setting spray is still wet, it will just set it in, and that is basically it. That's my Mocha Mousse finish. Thank you so much guys for following me, for liking, for commenting. I'm really grateful for your support, and I'm recreating this look from the initial video where I wasn't skilled, my equipment wasn't good, and this is a much better version of the Mocha Mousse makeup. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching.